All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is June 16th. We got Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors are up 3-2 as the series heads back to Boston. Celtics 4-point favorites in this one. 210 total. I got 5 plays that I do like the value in. We're going to jump into those in today's video. We got some housekeeping to take care of first. First and foremost, I'm going to ask you guys, I rarely do this early on in the video, but make sure to hit that like and subscribe button as we're racing towards 11,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support that you've shown throughout the playoffs. And also, we have our 10,000 subscriber giveaway in the works as of right now, guys. You have the chance to win an officially licensed NBA or MLB jersey. It's super simple to enter. All you have to do is go to our channel page. If you want to do it just directly, go to youtube.com/GuyBostonSports, find the community tab at the top, and then find this post that says 10K sub giveaway, and all you have to do is enter your email and you're entered into the giveaway. We're picking a winner on Saturday morning, so make sure to do that. You guys have a couple days left to enter. And yeah, one last, I guess, thank you for all of the support. We're doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and we're already halfway to 11,000 subscribers. You know, as we're approaching about 10,600 as of right now. So big time thank you to you guys. You guys make this possible each and every day, and I cannot thank you guys enough. And this giveaway is just a little bit, I guess, of the you know, the sort of appreciation, or me showing the appreciation for you guys. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, let's talk about last game, Game 5. We sucked. I mean, we had one of the worst nights of the playoffs, going 0-4. Our ride of the day also didn't hit, which we'll talk about in a second. Man, we had Klay Thompson's under in PRAs. He hits it on the hook. I think he finished with 26 PRAs, and we had 25 and a half. Then Draymond Green, same thing, under in rebounds. He finished with a half of a rebound higher than our under, so was not the best Game 5 for us, especially because I'm a massive Celtics fan, and they absolutely stunk too and gave up on that game. So I'm hoping Game 6 goes a little bit better, both for our plays that we're going to look at today, as well as the Celtics, because I'd love to see a Game 7 either way. Obviously, a Celtics fan, I want to see the Celtics win this series, but from a bettor's perspective, you know, having more basketball to make plays on and everything like that. But you know what, guys? You're going to have bad nights. I've already read all the comments and the hate comments in the last video. Whatever. I love if someone interacts with the channel, whether it's a hate comment or a love comment, anything like that. I say it all the time. If you're smart, you'll fade me. But if you're a genius, you will ride. So let's prepare for a winning, positive night tonight in Game 6. We got a few plays to jump into here. And first off, we're starting it off with the Celtics bounce back performance. Celtics over 106.5. We've seen the Celtics do it all season long. After a bad loss, they come out and bounce back. We had this a couple games ago, and it came through for the Celtics there. I think that they are a team, you know, yes, they're young. Yes, they struggle at times. Yes, it seems like Steve Kerr has figured out a way to, you know, mitigate Jason Tatum's go-off ability and whatnot. Like we saw it. Jason Tatum came out of the half absolutely hot. And then all of a sudden, you know, Steve Kerr throws 2 bodies at him, and the Celtics are like, oh, what do we do now? We're getting double-teamed? But this team has shown over and over again in these playoffs, when they have a bad game, they can bounce back and play really well. Now, they didn't score under 100 points last game, but when they do score under 100 points, they average about 117 in the next game. So it just kind of shows that ability to bounce back from a bad loss. So I do like the Celtics over 106.5 here. They don't want their season to end tonight, so I see value in the fact that they can go out there and score 110 points. Now, either way, I hate to say it, win or loss, I think that they come out here and break this number and probably score, you know, 108 to 112 points, win or loss. So I do like the value you have in this at minus 110 odds here. Celtics team total over 106.5. Next up, Klay Thompson under 20.5 points. Now you're probably thinking, Ev, you're crazy. You had a terrible Game 5. Now you're going to throw Klay Thompson, who has been hot as hell, at me under in his points. And I say, yeah, Klay Thompson, so frustrating to watch as of late if you are a Celtics fan or if you are the Celtics. He stunk in the beginning games of this series. He's stunk in many games in this playoffs. And on the last 3 games, he's going to go for 25 points, 18 points, 21 points. I think the Celtics say, you know, we're not letting that happen again. We're not going to go under his screens. We're going to have a body at him. We've been focusing on Clay all this time, or focusing on Steph all this time, and having like 88% of our attention on Clay. I think the Celtics go, no, that's not happening again. We're not losing to a guy that has been beating us. 20.5 points, again, is a pretty high number. Think about the beginning of this series. You're looking at Klay Thompson's over-under in points line. I think it was at like 18.5. I don't think it ever got as low as 17.5, but 18.5. Now you're looking at 20.5, and it makes sense. 25 points, 18 points, and 21 points. But I do like the under here. I think that we have a similar game to, I guess we would say, game 4, where Klay Thompson had a good game, 18 points, 4 of 10 from 3, 7 of 17 from the field. That was a better game than he'd had for a lot of the games in the series and a lot of the playoffs, but he still doesn't touch that 20-point mark. So I'm thinking Klay Thompson probably has another 17 to 18, maybe 19 if we want to sweat it out, point night here tonight, but I don't think the Celtics defense is going to let him drop 21 points here. So I like the under here, 20.5 points. I think you have good value. I've seen this on a lot of books at minus 130, and the fact that I'm getting it here on my book at minus 117 tells me that, you know, there's some value there. So if you guys can get this at that number, I would still take it even if it is like a minus 130. You have to pay all that juice. But I will say the fact that we've seen it at minus 130 tells me when I see it at minus 117, it's something that I can put some value on and pull the trigger on. All right, next up we have Robert Williams over 9.5 rebounds and assists. Robert Williams, 9.5 rebounds and assists. I also saw an alternate line here for plus money at over 10.5 rebounds and assists. And I was like, oh, do I take that? Robert Williams had not been passing the ball, but in the last 2 games, he has 4 assists and then 2 assists. So 6 assists in the last 2 games. That is huge for a guy that's also grabbing double-digit rebounds in the last 3 games. 10 rebounds, 12 rebounds, and then 8 rebounds. He started this series kind of sluggish, didn't really seem to have it, didn't really seem like he was going to be a factor, and then all of a sudden they sit Kevon Looney, start Otto Porter Jr., and Robert Williams is out there grabbing every single rebound to start the game. A bunch of rebounds early on, really setting the trend for the rest of the game. So 9.5 here. I could see Robert Williams having an night again and going for 8 rebounds and 2 assists, but I'm hoping that he crushes this with just the rebounds alone. Again, I peaked at the 10.5 number because I think it was plus 115. So that's a 30, you know, a 30 odd swing. But we're going to go with the over 9.5 rebounds and assists. I also been looking at his points. I think his points right now were 6.5 or 7.5. And he scored 8, 7, and 10 in his last 3 games. I don't hate that at all. In fact, 4 out of the last 5 games, he's had over 7.5 or over 6.5 points. So if you like his points, I like Robert Williams in this one just to clean up a couple times. When they don't play Kevon Looney off the bat, Robert Williams has a chance for like 4 points right away over just, you know, some dump-ins, lobs, stuff like that. They don't have the size, especially when they take their starting center and take him off the bench, the Warriors, that is. So I don't hate Robert Williams' overs in this game. We are hoping and grasping on that he gets like 1 or 2 assists here to help this number. But I think the minus 115 is a plenty good odds number there for us there. So Robert Williams over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. I think he's been cleaning up a lot, catching lobs, and that's such a low number to me that he's going to be involved and around the rim here. So if you like Robert Williams' points over, I don't hate that at all. But we're rolling with Robert Williams over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. Now this one, fairly interesting here. Marcus Smart over 3.5 first quarter points. Now, this is one that's more of a flyer. The next 2 plays I am going to say are a little bit here of very gettable numbers with decent value. So I don't want to put my entire life savings behind. I mean, these are all 1-unit plays. But even still, Marcus Smart over 3.5 first quarter points. I think that this is just a very gettable number. Marcus Smart can hit 1 3 in the first, maybe 1 basket, and we're looking at a win here. So I think that this is more of a number value and an odds. Minus 110, fine odds. I'm okay with that. This is more of a number value than really the Warriors let up Marcus Smart, first quarter points, yada, yada, research based. I think that 3.5 points to a guy like Marcus Smart, who we know will take the shots to get there, is definitely doable. And I think Marcus Smart, you know, he's going to want to come out hot. He's going to be one of the guys that says, you know what, F this, I'm not going home. I'm not ending my season tonight. And he's going to have that mentality right from the start. And he's been scoring the ball, 24 points, 18 points, and 20 points. He's doing a lot. He's everywhere. I mean, he's missing a lot of shots, granted. But but, you know, his field goal percentage numbers are okay. His 3 numbers are okay. It's just Celtics fans like me saying, Marcus Smart, that's not your job, yada, yada, yada. But Marcus Smart, honestly, has had a pretty underrated good series if you eliminate the turnovers in the last 3 games or so. So 3.5 first quarter points here for a guy that's been scoring the ball pretty damn well. I do not hate at all. And again, this is more of just such a gettable number. And I hope you guys know what I mean, because, you know, when you're gambling on the NBA especially, because you can get some lines, when you're looking at a number, you'd say, you know what, that is just like one of those numbers that's very, very easy to hit, based or versus sort of that, you know, Marcus Smart's been hitting this number over and over again. I think Marcus Smart, 4 points in the first quarter isn't asking all that much. Again, he scored 24, 18, and 20 points. If he scores 4 points in the first quarter, he's on pace for 16 points, which would be less than the last 3 games and less than the last 4 or 5 games, as he's averaging 16.4 in the last 5 games here. So I like Marcus Smart to get 4 points, maybe more, in the first quarter of this game. All right, last pick of the day, and I will say, make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment, guys. That is where all of the final plays will be. All 5 of these plays that we're running through today are going to be final plays, but we might add it. We might throw in a parlay. We have the ride of the day, which we're going to talk about in a second there. So make sure to check out the pinned comment. And, you know, actually, screw it. Let's talk about the ride of the day right now. We should have done it at the start of the video, but the ride of the day last game was from Brandon. Hashtag ride of the day. Robert Williams over 2.5 blocks and steals. And man, oh man, I had a womp womp for my personal plays, but the ride of the day gets a womp womp as well. You guys know, if you guys do lose the ride of the day, you must face the consequences and suffer the womp womp. But Brandon had Robert Williams over 2.5 blocks and steals, and I jumped on board with it. If you guys don't know what the ride of the day is, all you have to use is hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Ride of the day in the comments, hashtag ride of the day in the comments, and I'll be jumping on board with one person's plays. You guys will be getting a shout out, win or loss, in the next video. And our last play for tonight is going to be a flyer here, because you're going to say, Ev, you're an idiot for this one. Andrew Wiggins under 7.5 rebounds. The guy is absolutely killing it in rebounds as of late. 16 rebounds in game 4, 13 in game 5, but we're getting plus money odds here. Andrew Wiggins only averaged 4.5 rebounds per game in the regular season. 4.4 rebounds per game in his career in the regular season. Andrew Wiggins is not a true rebounder. Yes, he's going off, and yes, I mean, I told you guys Andrew Wiggins would be one of the bigger factors for the Warriors in this series. How many times did we take his point over before it got very saturated in the market? I knew Andrew Wiggins would be an absolute star in this series. That I wish I could have bet on my words, you know, other than games 1 through 3 taking his points over, because we had value there. But under 7.5 for plus 115, there's too much value to miss here. Andrew Wiggins is like, the Celtics are walking around with egg on their face because they're letting Andrew Wiggins dance around them, not only scoring the rock, but also 16 rebounds, 13 rebounds. Someone's putting an arm into his chest, an ass into his body, an ass into his midsection, making sure they box him out. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but someone's making sure Andrew Wiggins is not going to crush them on the glass. I can guarantee that. Andrew Wiggins, go have a 7-rebound night, and that's still way above your career average. It's a really good rebounding night for a small forward. Just don't get 8 rebounds here, and we cash for plus money, and I do really like those odds there. So Andrew Wiggins, under 7.5 rebounds. Those last 2 plays, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are like, Ev, you're kind of crazy. Marcus Smart, no evidence shows that he's going to score and come out hot. It's just more of a gut feeling and an achievable number. And then Andrew Wiggins, the guy that has been the underrated star, maybe finals MVP, hell, the way he's been playing, and you're taking one of his unders, and especially the under that he's absolutely going ballistic with. I think we have a little bit of a setback game for Andrew Wiggins in the rebounding category. I still don't know if the Celtics have an answer for covering him, but in terms of rebounds, I like 7.5 here, the under plus 115. That is going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you do enter the giveaway at Guy Boston Sports on our channel homepage there. All you have to do is find that community tab. If you are a baller, the $2.99 membership program we have, you guys get exclusive perks, everything like that. If you do enter your email, you also get 2 entries into the giveaway. We're picking someone either Friday night or Saturday morning, so make sure to enter. You got a couple days left, and that's all I got for you guys today. Again, like, subscribe. We're flashing on the screen for you guys right now. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and as always, you know what? I wish you the best of luck, and now we'll say our closing here. Peace out.